and welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. I got to tell you that so many things happen when someone opens up a business, and most people don't really understand what it's like to be an entrepreneur. With me is Rich Moran, and you have Tropical, what's the name of the company?
It's Tropical Nektar Juice Company.
Okay, so let's start with this. Why? Why did you open that as a business?
Why? So, my wife was forced with a career decision. She had recently lost her job, and she wasn't sure she wanted to return to the corporate lifestyle.
Oh, she's smart.
So, so what we did was we started looking for a company to buy, and we found an existing business in Jensen Beach. It was there for about 8 years, and so it had some longevity, so everybody's familiar with it. So we bought an existing business in Jensen Beach.
Okay, so the business has been around 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
What does it sell? What kind of products are you there?
So we offer fresh pressed juices,
Okay.
smoothies, acai bowls, and we've since expanded the menu since we bought the company. Basically, the reason we bought the company is, for us, it's all about the health. We're convinced that what you put in your body really matters. It really depends on, will affect your longevity, your quality of life, and actually your personality, quite frankly.
Okay, so my philosophy was, if it's green, I don't eat it.
Right.
Is that bad?
Yeah, that's way bad, Wayne. We're going to have to talk about that. Have to get you into the shop, give you one of our green goodnesses, for instance. That's one of our fresh pressed juices.
Okay, so because I'm one that I like the sweet over the savory. I don't like anything spicy per se.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get, since I don't eat green, I don't get probably some of the vitamins and nutrients I need.
Right.
But somebody said to me, if you get something with beet, it'll have that sweetness to it.
Right. So we can modify the juice recipes. So we have green drinks that are sweet and some that are more medicinal, more vegetable-y, I should say. So we can tailor the juice to your liking. Yeah.
So I mean, I can say, hey, I want this, and this in it. Can you do that? Can you like custom make a juice for somebody?
Well, within reason, sure.
Right.
I mean, we have a rainbow of flavors.
Okay.
Blue, green, orange, red, yellow, and but we can mix and match some of the ingredients to tailor to your liking. So, for instance, if you don't like the savory, we might back off on the ginger, not put as much ginger in it.
Ginger is brutally strong.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
Okay.
Well, again, we can customize it to your taste.
What about someone who has like allergies? And the reason I bring it up is because my wife has allergies. So she's allergic to citrus.
Mm-hmm.
So she can't have pineapple, orange, lemon, all that stuff. So, and tomato. So it's very hard because she can't eat pizza, which everybody loves pizza. She can't eat.
Well, we don't have pizza.
No, but like almost all the fruit drinks have a pineapple or a lemon or an orange in it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, what about strawberries?
She loves strawberries. She
Do
can go that way.
What about kiwi?
I think she can do kiwi.
What about blueberry?
A blueberry we can do. I know she can do.
So there's always something. There's always something we can get for you.
Okay, so in your menu of, for lack of a better word, of stock items, how many different type of juices do you have?
So we have about 6 different of our standard juices.
Okay. And now you do acai bowls.
We do acai bowls, yeah.
What is that?
Acai bowls.
Yeah, I can't understand.
So the acai berry is it's a berry from Brazil, and it doesn't travel well like a grape or a banana. So what they do is at the processing facility in Brazil, they make it into a slurry or a sorbet, and they freeze it, and then they get shipped to wherever it's going to be consumed. So we get the acai bowl, and we put it into a bowl, right? And then we customize it to your liking based upon what flavors you would like. So we offer many different toppings like peanut butter, almond butter. We have an organic granola we put on it, and any fruit you would like. And we have basic combinations, and we name them different things.
Sounds very healthy.
Yeah, it is. And oh my God, they're delicious.
Okay, so I know that, because we were talking in the green room, that you started one way, but now you've been adding stuff as you go along.
Sure.
So, like,
yeah.
what are some of the products that you added?
Well, what we've done is we've seen that. But actually, let me tell you, when we bought it, our address was 1864, and we were in an 800 square foot um, location. But now, right next door, the Subway location, Subway went out of business. So I tell my wife, "You put Subway out of business based on the menu items that she's offered." So now we took over that space, and now we're twice the size. We have many. We've got about 30 seats now. People can come in and sit down and have lunch. So we've expanded our menu to include lunch items. We've got chicken panini, chicken pesto panini. We've got an avocado panini, a roasted red panini, and we're offering bagels and different kinds of toasts. We have an avocado toast that we're offering also.
So you jumped further into the food space.
Yes, we have.
People don't realize, first of all, being an entrepreneur is we only make like $1.87 an hour, okay? And it's a tough space to be in.
Right.
Okay? And it's not a career, it's actually a lifestyle.
Sure.
Being in the food industry.
Mm-hmm.
Who picks the flavors and the foods that you carry?
It's pretty much Sharon's the product development expert. So Sharon's
Okay.
my wife. She's the brains in the operation. She's the heart of the shop. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're influenced by we cater to many different styles of eating. So we cater to a vegan, vegetarian lifestyle, keto lifestyle.
Are you vegan or vegetarian?
Yes, but I'm not a militant vegan.
Okay.
So I do allow myself to have a cheeseburger.
Okay.
So I'm more normal than you think. Right?
Okay. Well, only
Okay.
because I have a friend who's a vegan, and he says, "Do you know how Do you know how you know someone's a vegan?"
Yeah.
They'll tell you a million
They'll
times.
tell you about it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll tell you
exactly.
about it.
Right. Yeah. So that's not me. I mean, I understand and recognize and fully support the benefits of a vegan lifestyle, and we provide for that. We provide the food for a person to live like that.
Okay, and you do keto.
Yes, we do.
Okay, how about like normal people like me? Well, you said
Well,
chicken.
a little of this, a little of that, and a little of the other.
You win me over with chicken because one of my favorite foods is chicken.
Sure.
I love chicken.
Yeah.
And chicken can be made like 8 million different ways.
Mhm.
And that's one of the nice things about chicken.
Mhm.
You know, for me, I'm now thinking that you had 800 square feet, so you had one bay, basically,
Mhm.
and now you took over Subway, which is another bay.
Right. So now we've really become more
Did you
of
break
a
the
restaurant.
wall down? I mean,
Well, the way Subway is designed as a restaurant since the beginning, and when we were in the smaller space, it wasn't like that. It started off originally, I believe, as a yoga studio.
okay.
So over time, that was changed. So now we're more of a front of the house, back of the house. So we do our creating and preparing. Most of the stuff we're preparing in the back. You know, in the front we have the acai preparation, and we're also one of the things we're growing into is espresso coffee. So we have the Nespresso machine, we've got the frother, and we've got different types of espresso that we're beginning to utilize.
Okay, so my wife is in the food space.
Mhm.
We are very high-end chocolatiers.
Oh, okay.
And somebody said, "Do you make chocolate-covered espresso beans?" And I said, "No." And I went home and I said to my wife, I said, "Vic, somebody says to me about chocolate-covered espresso beans." So I went and I bought espresso beans just for her to try out.
Yeah.
And I tasted it and I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink coffee as it is, but
Mhm.
I didn't like the texture of the bean when it was breaking. But people ask for it constantly.
Okay.
And we do it in dark chocolate. So it's
I'll
pretty-
take that back to Sharon and see what she can come up with.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we have it now.
Oh,
So
okay.
we do chocolate covered espresso beans. We do all kinds of high end chocolate, mostly with alcohol, and almost everything is dark chocolate because it's a little healthier.
Right.
But I can't. I'm trying to picture. So did you open up the wall between the two stores, between the two bays, so you had one?
There was
open
never a wall.
Oh.
No, at the beginning was a Subway, so you just imagine the front of the store is the restaurant with the seating area.
Okay.
So we've maintained most of the seating area. We have some retail. We have cutting boards and other. We have the monk fruit sugar.
Okay.
We have a lot. We have. They're called vinrellas. They're umbrellas that close up into a wine bottle. I mean, we've got a lot of interesting things. I don't know how Sharon finds these things, but they're all cool, right? So they're all good gifty types of
Now
items.
you also jumped into the CBD avenue.
We did, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So that when we bought the shop, it was originally she had some product there, but now we've sourced product from locally. We have some that come directly from Fort Pierce. We have some coming from North Carolina, some coming from Colorado, and some coming from it's either California or Washington State. I'm not sure.
It's CBD has become very popular and very big.
Right.
And I've tried to learn about it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really complicated because there are different strengths, and we made a CBD chocolate at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
But just it was so complicated
Mm-hmm.
to figure out which CBD you should use, how strong it should be. And the sad part is that you can go to a gas station now and get CBD,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard it's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's different qualities of CBD.
Mm-hmm.
Who, like you said, you source it from maybe Colorado how do you know, or who's the one that buys it? Who's the buyer in your place?
So the buyer, again, I said it before, it's all about the health.
Right.
So we offer a product it's called Charlotte's Web,
Okay.
and they've been in the business, the Stanley brothers have been in the business. They pretty much created the cannabidiol space.
Okay.
So they have many different products. They've got gummies, they have teas, they have tinctures. So we have a little old lady who comes in and said she couldn't sleep. So she gets her CBD tea, she goes home, she makes her tea, and she drinks it, and she's able to sleep through the night. So the CBD provides an overall calming, reduces your anxiety, and it allows her to sleep.
That's pretty amazing.
Got other people who, I have this one asthmatic gentleman, and he takes CBD. It reduces his spasms from the asthma, so it helps him in that way. Now, in terms of the strengths, I'll just describe the gummies. So the gummies come in different strengths. So the idea is you shouldn't operate heavy equipment after you take a gummy, right? You should use caution, and you should try it just a little bit. So if the gummy comes, it's like a cube. So what you can do is you can cut that in half just to make sure that you're not taking too much.
And grow into whatever you need.
Right.
How often do you work there? How often are you in the shop?
I'm there 2 to 3 days.
Okay. And your wife is there
As
as a
there all the
fixture.
time. All
As
the
a
time.
permanent fixture.
Yeah.
Because that's what the food space is.
Sure. Yeah.
You know.
It really is.
What's the future? Where do you expect to go with this now?
Sure. Yeah. So we're going to continue to add to the menu, and once we get enough items to create a lunchy, dinnery menu, then we're going to really market that. We'll start offering beer and wine, perhaps. That's one avenue. Another avenue that we've started to do is the open air markets. There's a lot of people who, especially in Florida, it's a year-round thing, that people go to the markets. We're currently at, we were at Stewart Market for a time, and there's also one in Hobe Sound. It's exit 96 off of 95.
It's right off. You couldn't even.
Yeah, you see it. It's
if you
on
make
the
that
highway.
right,
Yeah.
you're in it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So we've been going there Saturdays and Sundays, and we're now part of the food court. And
Okay, it's funny because I went there in the very, very beginning.
oh, okay.
Very hard to walk back then.
Well, it's different now. Every
Right.
week they've made changes. Now they've got sidewalks, they've got really wide walkways.
Well,
they've got,
Zach is the owner of the property of the
Mhm.
thing, and he's a sweetheart.
yeah.
One of the nicest guys you'll find. And I think it was the city of Hope Sound giving him a hard time, or maybe the county. I forgot who was giving him a hard time about it.
I
But
don't
he
know
worked it all
anything
out.
about that.
He got it all worked out, and they have so many good things. There was a mushroom lady. I bought tons of mushrooms from
Yep.
that place.
Yeah.
So I bought a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff from there, and I bought some of the coffee from there. I love markets.
Mm-hmm.
It's a day out,
Mhm.
okay? And it's sometimes not cheap because I walk away with a bunch of stuff. But what
Mhm.
was nice about that market is they gave you carts so you could carry this.
Right, little wagons.
Yeah, they give you little
those are
wagons.
cool.
Okay, how do people find you? Do you have a website?
So the website is tropicalnectarjuicecompany.com. It's nectar with a K. So
You have a phone number?
Phone number is 772-334-4101.
And people can find you on Facebook?
Right, we do have a Facebook presence.
Which is?
It's at Tropical Nectar.
Same thing on Instagram?
Same thing on Instagram, Tropical Nectar Juice Company.
Okay, so you gotta try what might be healthier for you. And what my wife taught me was that tastes change.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff that I would never have eaten, like
Right.
avocado,
Sure.
I like now.
Right.
So if you haven't tried something, you should always try it. It never hurts to try, except for Brussels sprouts. They hurt to try. Those are my worst. I had such a bad experience, and I've told it before. I went to an event, and they had Brussels sprouts in a gravy of some sort,
Yeah.
and I thought they were meatballs.
Oh, okay.
So I took one,
Sure.
and it was like, oh my God, this is terrible. But
Well, when you're expecting a meatball, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but what you'll find is that your taste will change.
Right.
Once you start eating a more healthy diet, your drive and desire for eating sugary things will diminish, and your taste buds actually change, and they accept the more vegetable-y kind of things like Brussels sprouts and kale.
I've given up soda. I haven't had
That's
soda
good.
in
That's
probably
great.
a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
great.
and that was really tough to give up.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, and now I'll have first of all, if I'm nauseous or queasy, I'll have a ginger ale.
Mm-hmm.
Never a dark soda. Ever, never a dark soda. Everybody, check them out, okay? Tropical Nectar.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're heading down Jensen Beach Boulevard, right before you get to the tracks is a public shopping center. I believe it's on your right.
It's on the right. Mm-hmm.
It's on your right.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there. They're right there. They're like the third or fourth.
We're the second shop in.
Yep. Check them out. I'll be there. Everybody have a great day. Rich, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.